What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to episode 19 of our Madden 23 Pink Slips franchise. Catching you guys up, we ended the last episode with a pretty good victory, come from behind victory over the Seattle Seahawks. They controlled a lot of the game. I was a little concerned, but ultimately put up 21 points in the fourth quarter, won 31-27 on the back of an excellent showing from Malik Willis. He is showing maturity. He is showing development that we have yet to see so far in this series with him under center, and that is only going to mean good things for this Golden Eagles team going forward. We ended with a 7-point upgrade from our victory, and here is the players we've decided on. Honestly, there wasn't a lot of great insta upgrades. You know, there had to be some discussions. It was potentially Jamin Davis, which is just a depth move at linebacker. But for me, I feel like wide receiver is where we can continue to add a lot of depth to the room. So we're going to be spending rookie Bart Carrington, the speedster out of Purdue, getting a, you know, he's fast, but he's more just, you know, he's a freak within his own right. 6'4", 220, star dev, 79 overall, Drake London out of USC. I mean, 92 acceleration, I suppose, at 6'4" is pretty great, but 96 jumping, 88 agility at 6'4", 220 is exceptional for Drake London, who's going to come in and try to compete right away with Alec Pierce for the wide receiver 3 spot. Here's how he looks in our beautiful colors, red, green, some yellow accent to it, if you will, but everything looks good when you are winning, and that is exactly what this team has done here in year 3 as we sit atop the AFC West 4-0. And here today, 2 road games. First up, week 5 against the divisional rival Denver Broncos, which the extra star is on the line because they're divisional rival, and they're right on our ass in the division, sitting at 3-1. And then week 6, we take on the Pittsburgh Steelers at home as well. Let's get a quick preview of this Denver Broncos team and get right into the action as soon as possible. Broncos have been a team, it feels like, since we've been in the division. We've definitely got more out of them than they have from us. You know, for a team that we see twice a year, I feel like there's been more Bronco victories than there have been Bronco defeats. Kind of taking a sneak peek here at the roster. You know, a little bit on the high end in terms of players I think would be awesome. It's going to be tough to get. I think Trey Smith on the offensive line. Trevon Walker's absolutely a pink slips pass rusher if I've ever seen one. Built in lab, 6'5", 275, 88 speed, 93 acceleration. That would be absolutely unreal. Breece Hall at running back. I'd get Breece Hall at running back as much as we like Nwang Wu. Then obviously on the higher end, it's going to be very unrealistic, but you never know. If we put it on them, we get a plus 20. Guys like Mark Andrews, Justin Herbert, AJ Terrell could certainly be on the menu. Let's hop in. Let's handle business. Let's continue to be undefeated. And pretty cool, after his first week of practice being in the building, Drake London feels like he wants to take his game to another level. And because he is wide receiver 3, and we're not necessarily attached to the hip to Drake London, let's go with the easiest overall upgrade so that he can be used potentially for future trade-ups for future victories. Malik Willis also getting the upgrade. We'll go improviser for the scheme fit, but he has been absolutely amazing this season, improving here. We got mid accuracy, short accuracy, throwing the run, throwing the pressure. He's just becoming that much more confident in the offense. A Jalen Hurts-esque development for Malik Willis here in year 3. Oh, Wiener! Let's go! So overall, this was a game that was quite bizarre. Offensively, the Broncos were terrible. There were some horrible balls. Tariq Woolen was thriving. And our offense, while not everything was running perfectly, they were getting points. And then an all-time terrible throw from Justin Herbert. Easy, as you will see. Walks it in for the pick 6, which in pink score, that's outstanding. That's already 1 star for Zion McCollum. Then anytime the offense went on the field, man, they just kept chipping away. Points on points on points every single drive. Jameson Williams, another touchdown. We are starting to run it up. And our last play on defense in the first half, we're able to get an interception. We're not able to turn any points off of this, but the momentum firmly with the Golden Eagles. There's 0 going right for the Broncos offense. And then we start the second half. More of the same, man. It's George Pickens, who's been a revelation for the offense, able to get the hat trick for Jameson Williams, his 3rd receiving touchdown of the day. Seems like an inevitable 5-star performance, right? Until it wasn't. The Denver Broncos starting to crawl back. They never really went away in this game. There's a terrible throw under pressure. Ill-advised throw from Malik Willis. Has the turnover. And then it just... this is the closest game I've come to breaking a controller so far at Madden 23, if I'm going to be honest. And I don't want to say that because it's on All-Pro. It adds a little bit more frustration. But like just like that, somehow the game is tied up for some reason. No fucking way. No fucking way! Can't do shit! Who flipped this? Who decided we weren't winning today? Who did that? Come on! And we tried our best after all the bullshit. Throw another pick. Oh yeah, what else is new? Defense can't get a stop, but we do not quit. And we're like, all right, in this situation here, somehow, coming back, right? You stop from the defense. Let's see it. 3 stops. 1. And they get the first down. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked. So Denver won the game. They won as a visual victory, so that's worth 2 stars. Taking a look at their stats. Justin Herbert over 300 yards passing is a half star. Breece Hall over 100 yards rushing and 3 rushing touchdowns gets 1 full star. Unstoppable. Over 100 yards for Jarvis Landry is worth a half star. Defensively, Travon Walker, 3 sacks is worth a half star. 2 interceptions for AJ Terrell and Chuck Clark combined is 1 star. It's a 5.5 star performance. Fucking deserved to lose. Shambolic second half. We have our massive loser wheel here because we were nothing short of massive losers. Way too many widgets to explain this every single time. We'll see what we roll and figure it out. There's things as much as increase what the Broncos can use to upgrade to someone has to retire. And we rolled lose a captain spot for a season. So we're going to have to go in and decide which one of our team captains is not protected. Now, the only kind of silver lining to this option, and we said it when I broke down all the wheels, is that this comes after the upgrade from the Denver Broncos. So we have our full team captaincy spots to protect for whoever Denver wants to try to steal from us. But going into next week, we will be down a captain spot. Here's how the Denver Broncos are spending their plus 11. They're using a plus 1 to upgrade their jump ball. They're sending us a veteran, Devontae Parker, who's a 79 star, but 31 years old, and they're getting a return. Our newcomer, quick trip for Drake London here in Mexico, 80 star dev. They are gaining plus 2 on the D-line, plus a dev trade as they send us 72 normal dev D-tackle Brian Wilkins, and in return they get 74 hidden dev D-tackle Byron Stringer, the outstanding run defender out of Washington. We don't know what that dev trade is. Hopefully it's just a star. And they have Chuck Clark at strong safety, who's like an 81, but he's 29, 30 years old. And this was the biggest upgrade they could have for one of our players that wasn't protected. And that is sending Jamar Johnson, 71 normal dev safety. And they're getting our first draft pick in franchise history, Cade Weiner, 79, only 22 years old. One of the best young, strong safety, one of the best young safeties overall in the NFL. Already a top 20 safety. And it's unfortunate we got a little, but honestly, he's making not a whole lot of plays for us. So, I mean, you know, it could have been worse. It could have been a worse 11-point loss, but it wasn't. Kind of good news is putting it behind us. That terrible loss. Tariq Woolen was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, which means he gets a plus 2 upgrade at a non-athletic attribute. Ross will give him plus 2 in man coverage, which brings him up to an 80 overall man-to-man corner. And to continue on, putting last week's loss to the Broncos, which then also bumped us out of first place in the West, we have 2 breakouts on the defense. First up, it's Tracy Taylor, one of our top draft picks, who unfortunately did get the bad role of a normal dev. So he's going to have an opportunity here if we hold the Steelers less than 100 yards rushing or get him some stat box stuff. He will go up from normal to a startup. We also have a breakout in the secondary, and it is for Tariq Woolen, the freak, after his 2 interceptions against Denver. If we hold the Steelers less to 150 passing yards or get Tariq Woolen some nice stats, he will jump up to superstar dev. And lastly, we got Jameson Williams and George Pickens working off one another. And what do we want to do for George? I want to challenge him. George Pickens seems like absolutely the kind of player that if you challenge him, he's going to go out there and do even more. And he's our safety net right now So Jameson Williams gets 2,500 XP, and let's see if we continue the breakout of George Pickens. So the losses to our team, trying to just quickly take a look at our depth chart. We're going to modify Johnson, who we got coming back for Cade Wiener. He's our best safety at this point, and we'll stay true and keep him there. Luckily, we had another hidden dev D tackle in the pipelines in red, so he just steps up the depth chart. And I mean, I had interesting decision here. We could go with the higher upside, higher ceiling Alec Pierce over Devontae Parker right now. Plus, he has the proven chemistry. That's a tough one. I mean, it's still going to be the Williams and Pickens. I don't know yet. We'll see how it kind of plays out. So going from a 5-star win to a 5-star loss last week, we need to bounce back and take a look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got some high-end talent. Derwin James, Jamar Chase, Danielle Hunter, Javon Holland, the Canadian would be absolutely awesome. A little bit more attainable players. They got a running back that is an X factor, and Dexter Highsmith, who absolutely looks ridiculous. 94. That's a great upgrade right there. I mean, beyond that, nothing too crazy. So it's going to be just go out there, get back in the win column. So this was a revenge game after our first loss of the season, and looking like a prime Jalen Hurts, Malik Willis took over on the opening drive, doing it all himself with his legs. Wasn't the last time he did it. We have a touchdown that unfortunately my camera was kind of glitched and I missed out of, which we'll see in a second. Tracy Taylor got himself a sack, which is good for his breakout scenario. Jameson Williams doing exactly what he needs to do to establish himself as a pink slips legend, and that is be unstoppable downfield. What a freaking weapon. 14-6, and we just kept piling it on. Able to get a quick pass here out to George Pickens. We're able to get the touchdown. My camera kind of bugged that one up, but we're up 21-6, and then Troy Anderson gets an interception on Matt Stafford, and then Matt Stafford trying to force the issue here, throws to the corner of the end zone, picked off by Sauce Gardner. He got lost in the sauce, baby. And this secondary continues to be dominant. George Pickens throws in a sim touchdown. They go up to 28. Now, the bad of George Pickens, they kind of baited us here a little bit. So I had to figure, you know what? We put the highlights in. Let's put the lowlights in. But that was about it for the defense in terms of bad plays. Tracy Taylor gets in, gets his second sack of the game. So he for sure is getting off that normal dev and going into the star dev. Got another sack here to kind of round it up. But defense played well. Offense played well. An excellent rebound game. 31-12 over the Steelers. Take a look at the scoring here. We won the game, which is worth 1 star. We had the turnover battle, which is worth a half star. For our player performances, Malik Willis over 300 yards passing is a half star. George Pickens going over 100 yards receiving is a half star. Massive game for him. Plus, he also had that little bit of a breakout. On the defensive side, Traylor with a breakout. Monster game. 6 tackles, 2 TFLs. But with his 3 sacks, he gets half star scoring. And Sauce Gardner and Troy Anderson, combined with their interceptions, gets 1 full star. Ends up being a 4-star performance, plus 8 upgrade incoming. So as we move on, George Pickens for his breakout for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, apparently. Well, he got himself plus 3 catching traffic. Get the dev trait scenario for rookie Tracy Taylor, who's up to a star dev, also getting a nice 5,000 XP boost. Unfortunately, nothing for Tariq Woolen, but 2 for 3 for breakouts. I will take it. This XP boost, we're going to go right into power rush for Tracy Taylor, up to a 77. And what was kind of an underwhelming normal dev pick with a good rating, now he just looks that much better and that much more promising of a prospect. How to spend our plus 8 is all on you guys. As always, I will pin these upgrades with the top comment in the comments. Here is the lone defensive upgrade. We have Jamar Johnson, who's our current starting strong safety, 71, and we could just use plus 3 of that plus 8 to get a younger, better player here. In Chris Yankee, 74, normal dev, good athlete, good hitter. Looks like a good fit there, potentially on the back end of the defense. That would be a plus 3 of our 8-point upgrade. The other options are on the offensive side of the ball. First, we have Jameson Williams, aka the most pink slippy wide receiver of all time. However, he might not be as popular as Jamar Chase, which would be 6 of our 8-point upgrade to just, you know, get an equally exciting player who's very pink sleepy within his own right. But it does seem like somewhat of a lateral move, but he's a more popular guy, and I figure we let you guys vote on that. If we want to go maybe at wide receiver, something that might be a little bit more upgradable, that sounds better long term, is Devontae Parker, 79 star dev. We could use all 8 of our upgrade and bring in Cortland Sutton to be our wide receiver 2 and likely kick George Pickens into the slot. He's only 28 years old, so he's getting close to his ceiling, but not quite there. It's just, that's a lot to spend for this upgrade for a backup wide receiver. He's not even going to be our wide receiver 1. Or the last upgrade is a 5-point upgrade, and it is sending Kene Nwangwu, who I hate to get rid of. He's been underrated for us. He's been a fun player, but also our offense is kind of one-dimensional right now. Our running back is primarily Malik Willis. So we could spend 5 points and get Dexter Highsmith, X-Factor running back from the Pittsburgh Steelers out of Ole Miss. I mean, Kene Nwangwu, 95 speed, 90, what is this? What is his speed? That's what makes Nwangwu so good, is his speed. 94 speed, 95 acceleration. And at least with Highsmith, that 94 speed is pretty damn good. Now, you give up a little bit there on acceleration, but obviously he's a lot more refined in every other aspect. The fact that it's only a +5 upgrade, that's probably, in my opinion, that's where I'd be kind of weighing this a little bit. But it is all up to you guys. Vote in the comment section below, and the top suggestion will make the next video. That will do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Getting close to 160,000 subs on the channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment. The YouTube robots seem to appreciate that, and I do more than you guys will ever know. And I'll see you guys back here on the next one. Till next time, it's C4 saying peace out. Love you. Have a good one.